Hello everyone, Nigel here with you, back again with the DeAgostini 1/6 scale Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from 1967, and this has literally just arrived. It's Tuesday, the 3rd of December 2024, and here it is. So here we have this lovely box, and it has come with, I get under the camera, it has come with 5 bags of lovely parts. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5, or was it 6? I can't remember now. We've got another binder, another of the Ford Mustang binders for our magazines. So we've got 59, 60, 61, 62 and 63. Yeah, so it's 5. And this looks like it's all to do with the dashboard. So let's make a start. And I think in this video what we'll do, we'll just have a look at pack 59, which is not a hell of a lot of work. And we'll just do this and get something out for you to watch. So I'm loving this build, I've got to be honest. It is very enjoyable. The quality is consistent. It's just nice. It's very, very nice, and really enjoying it. I have actually seen that a company called IXO do a 1/8 scale Lancia 037, which some of you will know is also one of my favourite cars. So I've contacted them, and I believe I don't think it's been available as in the UK, as in from UK dealers, but I think it can be bought from Europe. And I contacted them. Apparently it's going to be released at the end of March as a kit, so it's not going to be a part work, it's going to be the whole thing in one kit with one big instruction book. So I did see their Subaru when I was up at Telford, and I was very impressed with their instruction manual. So watch this space, see what happens. So as usual, we have a look at the magazine. This is part 32, isn't it? 32 or 33, I can't remember now. Part 32, I think. So we've got pack 59. So as usual, we'll have a look through the magazine, and we've got the Mustang's great rivals. Yeah, after the Mustang's launch in '64, Ford's leadership of the muscle car movement was challenged by other makers, of course. Plymouth's Barracuda was the first rival, quickly followed by models from Chrysler and General Motors. So there we go, and I've got a story about this. So there's the Barracuda, absolutely beautiful car, really, really nice. And then there's a Charger. See, very, very beautiful. I remember Richard Petty even driving the Dodge Charger in this shape, and very, very smooth and slender when you consider that compared to the the old what were they called, Dukes of Hazzard cars. But yeah, very, very big and beautiful and muscly, and 87 litres and about 12 horsepower. So yeah, fitted with a powerful engine, which notably the 7-litre model, which developed to 341 horsepower from 7 litres. You know, I've now got a Toyota Yaris, which has got 1.6 litres, 3 cylinders. So it's almost a third of the cylinders. It's, what is it, a third of the size, and it's 280 horsepower, I think it is. So it just shows how times have moved on. However, that would just go on for hundreds of thousands of miles. The modern stuff doesn't. And there we can see we have a Camaro. Chevy Camaro. I actually saw, there's a Dottie underneath the chair, I actually saw the 67 Camaro before a lot of other people did. I was very, very fortunate. I was a young lad, I was 4 years old, and my father was, we were in America, my father was buying a second-hand Chevrolet Caprice. Was it a Caprice? It was a Caprice or an Impala, I can't remember. And the dealer took us around the back to show us this car that was due to be launched the next day. And there it was, the 67 Camaro. And I fell in love with it. Absolutely love those cars. But I don't like the modern ones. I think the windows are too small. And they're only available in left-hand drive, of course. Which is why I've got a Mustang. So here we go, there's the parts. So we've got the dashboard and some grills. So as I say, it's a fairly simple part, this. But I've had a quick flick through the magazines. The rest of this, this pack this month is quite involved. And here we go, Ford Mustang Mark 6. It's actually a Gen 6, I think they call it, really. So yeah, the globalization policy has enabled the 6th generation Mustang to enter into markets around the world that it had never previously reached. Of course, you could buy Mustangs. People like Bill Shepherd imported them for many, many years, but they would all be left-hand drive. This is the first time, certainly in the UK and I think in Australia, we've been able to buy a factory from a Ford dealership with a warranty right-hand drive Mustang, and that's why I got one. And more stories about why I got mine in a minute as well. But yeah, absolutely beautiful car. The 5th gen was gorgeous, 2005 up to 2014, the S197, and there was a facelift in 2010. They're beautiful cars. But then after 2010 they had the Coyote engine, which was the Gen 1 Coyote engine, and then from 2015 to 2018 you had the Gen 2, and then from 2018 to 2023 you had the Gen 3. My favourite engine is the Gen 2, which is why I got mine. So here you can see the convertible, and there you can see that that's exactly the same as mine, except mine's right hand drive and it's grabber blue. But, yeah, absolutely love that car. And here you can see there's the facelift. This is the 2018 on, and you can see they've completely changed the front end. The interior stayed pretty much the same, but I personally think this car in its early facelift took a big downturn. I think the front is ugly, but that's just my opinion. That doesn't count for anything. But they went to DI in the engines. They had DI and port injection, which I don't like DI. I just don't like it. And also they went to chrome plated bores away from the iron liners like the Gen 2 engine's got, like my engine's got. It does have bigger head bolts and everything, but it's also an open deck. So mine's a closed deck, this is an open deck. So it's an open deck with chrome bores, and the other big disappointment was the manual transmission. They changed the shift forks from steel to aluminium and they broke for a pastime. So that was why I got mine in 17, because when I heard this was coming I thought, I don't want that. I'm gonna get the 17. I'm really happy with mine. It's never been serviced by a dealer, it's never had a recall, it's never been back to Ford for anything, and it's never gone wrong. It's I service it myself. It's a bloody gorgeous car, and yeah, very, very nice indeed. But yeah, sure enough, in the early days they had problems with the bores, with the chrome plated bores cracking, splitting and everything. They had all sorts of problems with the stupid aluminium shift forks. I don't know why they did that. The other difference in here, you could have a digital dash, which I don't like. I'd rather have the dash like that I've got. But there you go. If you could hear some funny noises in the background, that's not my bottom making noises, that's little Dotty. So there we go, there's one in yellow, which was absolutely gorgeous, lovely colour. A friend of mine, Ben, had one of these and unfortunately had to sell it because he broke up with his wife, girlfriend, and couldn't afford to keep it and the house, so the Mustang had to go. I think I'd have got rid of the house, I think. Anyway, so yeah, this is the EcoBoost they're talking about here. Fantastic engine, never any problems in the Mustang. The EcoBoost in the Mustang was made in America. The EcoBoost in the Focus RS was made in Spain, and they had all sorts of problems with cracking blocks and head failures, and I had to have a new head gasket in mine and a new head, which I was very annoyed about. You don't buy a brand new car and then have somebody change the head, and yeah, really, really annoying. And now, of course, they've got all the issues with that pathetic, stupid wet belt design. So that was whoever thought of that well, it's just pathetic. Why put a cam belt inside the engine in oil? Why do it? What's the reason? What's the benefit? All you're doing is adding costs if it needs to be changed. And just like is happening, if the belt starts to shred itself, where does all the shreddings go? In the oil, and it blocks up the pickup pipe and the engine seizes. Yay, brilliant design, well done Ford. God. Anyway, let's get on with the build. So we have here the dashboard part, so let's have a look. Where's part 59? Is this it here? Yes, so we've got pack 59. So it looks like, as I say, it's a fairly simple build, but I had a look through the magazine and I knew I was going to waffle, so that's why we're not doing much building and loads of talking. So we'll get the light on because we're doing lots of work. So we've got this lovely little packet here with our photo etch parts in. So we have some photo etch grills, so that can go in the recycling. And we have our dashboard here. And unfortunately we have a bit of a funny finish going on the top, but it's quite realistic. Now I would personally choose to paint this in a semi-gloss black to get rid of the moulding sort of. That's from the mould, I think. But I would rather have a consistent finish. But I've been told by DeAgostini I must build the model as per the instructions. So what I may well do at the end of it, we'll see how it comes out, see how it looks at the end of the day. If it does look absolutely beautiful, I'm 99.9% sure it is going to be. I'm going to take it apart and paint it all and detail it and stuff. So there we go. So we have the parts here, and it's telling us here with these photo etched grills, we have to look at them and identify which side is which. So you can see we have 4 tabs on here, on each one, and they're made of stainless steel, so they're going to be nice and rigid. And on one side they're plain, and on the other side you can see we have some little grooves. See the grooves in there going across? I'll try and catch it in the light, you can see the grooves. So what we need to do is get a pair of pliers or a photo etch bending tool. I've got photo etch bending tools, but I respect the fact that most of you won't have, so I'm not going to use them. So basically we're going to bend that like that, okay, bend it over at 90 degrees on the bottom groove, not the top one. We're going to keep the tab straight, okay, keep the tab nice and straight. Whoops, don't do that and bend it, because that will ruin your day. And once again we're going to bend that one, keep the tab nice and straight. Okay, bend that over a bit more. Okay, so that one's going to go like that. And then we'll do the same on the other one. Get the pliers nice and close, bend it over 90 degrees, nice and straight. Just like so. And there we go. Okay, then we can give them a little tweak together if we need to. Just to make sure they stay nice and straight. There's a puppy hair on the hand, which is unavoidable. I've just got a new puppy, in case you didn't know. I think the whole world knows. I don't shut up about it, do I? So we can see there, we've got, that's all done. That one needs to be straightened up a bit. Alright, so that's what you're aiming for. You want some nice tight 90-degree bends on there, if you can see that. And then this is going to slot into the top of the dashboard like so. It's going to go down into the, get one side in first, and then I'm just going to grab my, in fact I'm going to grab a knife blade and just give that one a little tweak just so that it goes in. That's not working, is it? It's very hard stainless steel photo etch, so it's not very bendable. I'm just looking at this actually. I'm going to have a look at the instructions, because I think these are sided. They're, looks like they've got a longer edge there than they have there. Yeah, they don't seem to mention that. It looks like, just take this out of here. If we grab a rule, if we look on here, we can see that that is about 4.5 millimeters, and that one's 6 millimeters. And I can also see on the end here, you can see on the end there on the finger, there's also a little gate on there where it's been made. I'm just going to move my, every time I move the chair I have to make sure that Dottie's away from the, so I'm just going to grab a sanding stick and just lightly sand that away, because that's going to look, it's on both ends I think. Do the same on this one. Okay, so when we look at these we can see we have the radius ends. You can see we have a long end and a short end, and then we have a long end and a short end, but they are both the same, so that it doesn't matter which side they go on. But you can see here that these tabs are closer to the end than they are, so you have the long end and the short end, so make sure you get it in the right way round. Now getting this to go in here is not as easy as I was expecting, so I'm just going to give them another little tweak in. Okay, get the long end outboard. Okay, that one still doesn't want to go in. Go on. Be very careful with this, guys. Don't go losing your patience and forcing it, because if you start to force it, if you bend it and buckle it, you'll never get the buckle out. So just treat it gently and it will go. Okay. Alright, so that's gone in there. So now what I'm going to do is hold that really firmly, and I'm going to grab a small flat screwdriver, which I should have had prepared, but I haven't. Come here. Okay, I've got a small flat screwdriver here. What I'm going to do is hold that nice and firmly. I'm going to bend that tab out. Just like so. Bend these tabs out to hold it in there nice and firmly. Okay, so you can sort of push them over, make sure they go over on themselves. If you want to, you can put a drop of super glue on there, but you shouldn't really need it. And then same on this one. If this one's going to play up as well, we're going to have to tweak these in. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just tweaking them in, and this all may seem, if you're a modeler, this is all going to seem very simple to you, but if you're not a modeler, if you're only building this because you want a 1/6 scale Mustang in your life, then this may be fairly daunting. Okay, so, but don't be scared of it, don't be worried about it, just don't go forcing anything, and don't bend and buckle, because if you bend and buckle, if you bend it like I did, you can straighten it out. But if you bend it, if you fold it and buckle it, you'll never get you'll never get it perfectly flat again. It'll always bug you. Okay, so there we go. Over like that, over like that. If you notice, I'm always holding it firmly so that as I push it, it doesn't lift it out, because what you'll end up with is a loose fit. You don't want that, do you? You want a nice tight fit. Push that over there. There we go. Push that over there. Push that over there, and that over there. There we go. So there we go. There's our vents in the dashboard. Okay. What you could do if you want to, looking at this, before you put them in, you could put some black marker pen on those tabs so you can't see them sticking out. But again, I am sworn to have to build this as per requested by DeAgostini. In fact, what we'll do is we'll break that little rule and I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to see if I can straighten this tab out without snapping it off. Can I straighten these out without snapping them off? Let's see. That one's bent inwards now. Now that was just snapped off. Don't take them out. What you want to do, is when you bend them over, when you've got them, when you've got them like this, okay, just touch the edges up with some black marker pen, and then you won't see these bits. You won't see those bits sticking out, if it bothers you that much, that is. Alright, so there we are. So that's pack 59, and you can see we got the basics of our dashboard started off. So very, very nice indeed, and yeah, very nice. Right, I'll see you all soon for part 33, will it be, or 34? The one after this one, and that'll be pack 60. And in pack 60, we are going to be fitting the glove box and a switch and a fuse cover. We've got some screws, and we've got our emergency brake, we've got a light switch, ignition switch, lots of little bits and pieces to go in. So that'll be pack 60 for the next video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. There's a link down below this video if you want to go and take a look, and you can get yourself one of these and build along with me. But I can assure you it's a big old model and it weighs a bloody ton. So you can tell how big it is by the size of the dashboard. There it is against my hand. You can see it's, you know, the dashboard alone is, what is it, 150, what's that? 240 millimeters wide, which is, what's that in inches? 6 inches. It's nearly 9.5 inches long wide. So as you can tell, it's a big old lump. Right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.